You're listening to M.T.V.B. Podcast. Movies, TV, video and board games. This show may contain swearing.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the M.T.V.B. podcast, the podcast that talks about movies, TV shows, video games and board games. I'm your host Anthony, as well as most people know me as the Ant-Man. And then considering that episode 2 was quite a popular episode about how to become a gamer, this episode is going to be based on how you got into gaming. And today I've got some very good friends of mine. They come onto this episode and wanted to share some of their gaming memories. Guys, welcome to the show.
Cheers, guys. What's up?
So today we have my friend Greg, who I've known for nearly 30 years now. My mate Dave, I've known for over 20 years. And as well as my friend Steve, I've known for nearly 10 years now. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having us.
So yeah, how you got into gaming, eh? Seeing as you're all big, heavy gamers. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so I guess we better start from the beginning then and explain how you got into gaming, how it all began, and was there a specific computer that started off with you, really?
Well,
Who'd like to go first? Who'd like to go first? Yeah.
So I got the NES for Christmas '89.
Isn't it called a NES?
Yeah, well, NES. We called it NES.
Either way, it works.
And yeah, like it come
Nintendo
with
Entertainment System.
No, I'm playing with power. So it come with like the original Mario, Tetris, Duck Hunt, and I think a football game, and it just went from there really. But I think the games sort of developed, like Double Dragon, got into those games.
Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Did you ever play the Turtles game?
Yeah. So four of you.
That is a hard son of a bitch, even to this day.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then I don't think we got the SNES.
That's Super Nintendo.
Super
Yeah,
Nintendo.
I know.
Yeah.
But notice how we say SNES. NES? NES? SNES. Yeah? Not NES or SNES.
And then, so we missed that. And then I think it was Christmas '97. We got the Nintendo 64 or N64. And then that was it. After that, GoldenEye was like my first game. Mario 64. Yeah, it was just incredible. Got the GameCube after that. And then I sort of took a break from it and went into PC gaming, which rules.
Another PC follower.
Boom.
Yeah, Dave?
All right. Yeah, mine started off mainly with computers, mainly all the way back in 486 processors.
Wow.
Yeah.
Old.
Good old. Windows 3.1, I believe.
Jesus, he's only like 3 months older than me.
Well, the reason I got more into the computer side was mainly my mother worked for Olivetti and then Hewlett-Packard as well. And so basically I used just the bog standard games that came with it. And then started loading up newer games where I could. But well before that, I was more into arcade games. I think I had an addiction at that age of about 7.
Friggin' love arcade games.
It was pretty bad.
Always used to like bug your parents for more coins to go
Yeah,
on
totally.
as many games as possible.
I used to steal some coins.
No way.
It was that bad.
Well, he was in South Africa at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stealing going on in
The
South
arcades
Africa.
were stolen anyway.
He just stole the arcade in the end.
But literally, it just consumed me.
Yeah.
Playing the arcade games, mainly Airwolf was one of them.
Oh, man, I remember that.
Classical Pac-Man and then Space Invaders. Obviously, all those were on some of the systems as well. The SNES, NES, whatever. And
They're never going to let you down on this one, Steve.
NES.
It's in the game.
So to be fair, I'm probably the novice of the group with all you guys here because you're really heavy gamers.
Yeah, but you got a good
pros.
PC background to you, though.
Yeah, I mean, it led onto building computers as well. also, as I started building computers when I came over to the UK, I got to the point where I needed my own landline, and I got my parents to actually put my own 56
landline days.
Modems,
Dial-up
modems, just so you can get on.
Dave, get off the phone. I need to make a call.
I'm right in the middle of the game. No. Yeah, so everything sort of led from that, basically. And then later on down the line, I think the first console I actually ever bought was the Xbox 360.
Yeah, Xbox.
Bloody hell.
But also the portable game units.
Yeah.
I had Game Boy in between all of that. And then later when I came to the UK, I actually saw someone selling Sega Game Gear.
I reckon he stole it. There's no way.
You didn't pay for it, did you?
Well, in my view, that was the holy grail compared to the
Game Boy.
Yeah, because it was colour, wasn't it?
It was colour.
Yeah.
So that was a step above. But I don't really think the games were any better.
No.
I think Game Boy's games were a lot better.
Yeah,
in that
totally. I
respect.
agree with that.
Yeah. I just love my Game Boy.
So, yeah. And then obviously I've got my Xbox One as well. Yeah. So now it's starting to come into the fold of you guys.
Yeah, man.
Less PC games. I was trying to avoid that. I was trying to avoid that.
you like nodded at me to press the button. So, Greg, let's hear about your gaming history, mate.
Mine went back to the what was it, the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
You used to have
Same
to
as
put
me.
a tape in and press play, and then you watch the screen and it go have all these colours and all, like it's like white noise, and you'd be waiting for the game to load up for about half.
It's like
an
a
hour.
mind trip before even loaded up.
Yeah, isn't it? But by the time it's loaded up, you're like, oh.
And that's if it didn't
Zombified.
crash.
Yeah, exactly. You could wait like good 20, 30 minutes for it to load and it's not guaranteed to work.
And then you realise that the cassette's stuck. You're like, oh, I've got to start again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember playing that. I used to play these stupid games like one was called Rick Dangerous, an Apache
I remember that.
Apache Attack Flight Simulator.
Yeah, I remember
Very
that,
basic. It's like you're flying a stick Apache helicopter. And used to fire off these missiles, right, or rockets, which were just like two triangles on the screen. You got that?
You got it.
Yeah,
That's better.
Two triangles on the screen just flying away. And it's like, at the time, it was like amazing. It's like, wow. And then you think back to it, it's like, it was very basic. But anyway, that was my first.
But they were like mind-boggling graphics at the time.
At
They
the
were just
time,
like,
yeah.
holy shit, this is
Yeah.
some good stuff.
Yeah, you just thought, how did somebody create that and put it on a screen and then you can interact with it? It's
Yeah,
just like-
absolutely.
Well, what's interesting is development from 2D and then going into the 3D realm as well as programming changed as well.
Absolutely.
Because from the Commodore 64, I then went to PC. And
If there's anyone out there that's listening that is a PC person, we don't hate you. It's just a guy. It's just a gimmick, all right?
and we love taking the piss.
Anyway, Greg, PC.
Anyway, so Dave may have mentioned he had a 486. So my first PC was a 586.
Upgrade.
Was it stolen?
Upgrade. I don't know when my dad got it from.
Got it from Dave.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, Dave upgraded it for me.
Yeah, I said it was upgraded.
Well,
And,
really.
what was I was playing FIFA 96,
Yeah?
I think, at the time
Yeah.
on there, and it just kept crashing all the time. I got so furious with it, and then what came along after the PC games? I mean, I think I took a break after that for a bit because my brother then had a NES, which we called a NES. And then my mate down the road had a SNES. We went to see the SNES. We went to play the SNES, like Mario Kart. That was amazing, and
Oh, yeah.
Mario World, I think there was at the time
Yeah.
as well,
It's a damn good game.
which at the time seemed like a massive game that you're never ever going to complete.
That's like IGN's #1 game of all time. Do you know that?
Seriously,
Seriously. Super Mario World is.
jeez.
Wow.
I take it it's not in your top 5.
Mine are more recent.
Oh, it's okay. No, it's a short list, man.
Yeah. Although there is a
Really? I
franchise there that should be there that isn't.
Okay.
I thought you were going to be a bit more purist, but there you go.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, so after that, I got a PS2. No, PlayStation 1.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
Come on, I grew up with you two, and I know what consoles you had.
Yeah.
Now loading. That's why I went for the N64, is because I used to go around my friends.
What's an N64?
That's the Nintendo 64.
Is it an NES 64?
Yeah.
And like, you just used to waste an hour of your time at your mate's house looking at a loading screen. It's just awful.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was.
PlayStation 1.
That's what he's talking about.
No.
Now loading. Get to the menu, press play, now loading.
Yeah, but hang on.
What's on it? All the time.
You've got to remember that at the time it was amazing.
No, but N64 was better.
Yeah, because it was elite. Yeah, like I didn't have an N64 simply because my brother had an N64 and he was in the room next to me. So if I wanted to play it, I'd just go, playing your N64, you're right.
That's it. Get off, I want to play GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, which is probably the greatest game that's ever made and not in my top 5. Shooter-wise, sorry.
No, Karen, it's the list.
What's the original? We played that at
Dude,
the
we
youth
played
wing.
the shit out.
We
of
played
that
the
big
shit.
time.
The youth wing. We played that at various houses, homes,
Totally,
parties.
But I was going to mention to you. You obviously brought PlayStation up.
Yeah.
When we used to have those weekends at Tony's house. And like
Alien Trilogy.
Oh my god. I mentioned that in a previous episode as well, and I'm glad to say you can back me up on that. We shat ourselves.
We
through
were
that.
so scared. We wouldn't even go out the lounge to the toilet. The toilet was literally just out the door, straight in front of us, across the door.
It literally was every weekend around our mate Tony's house. He was the first guy to have a PlayStation 1. That was when it first came out.
And it was the first place we got drunk.
Exactly,
Because we drank his whole
his dad didn't mind us playing.
alcohol.
Yeah, his dad didn't mind us getting drunk and playing PlayStation. But he must have had a really good PlayStation at the time, because it never had a loading screen for
it didn't.
less than 2 minutes.
Honestly, we were so drunk that by the time we actually went, oh, yeah, it's ready.
But no, did you remember the first time you played that? Like Ridge Racer and...
Ridge Racer, yeah.
Die Hard Trilogy.
Die Hard Trilogy, yeah.
Wipeout,
yes. Wipeout.
Yeah, Wipeout.
That was
amazing. I mean, that just got me into console gaming.
I remember,
PS1.
was it Destruction Derby or something?
Yeah, that was another one.
Amazing game. For the time as
game.
well. Yeah.
So you still gaming now, Greg?
Yeah, man.
Well, what have you got then?
What have I got?
Well, carry on.
Oh, no,
this is your story. So, you've got to N64.
No, hang on.
NES 64, sorry.
My brother had the N64.
Oh, right, okay.
Sorry, the NES 64.
Right. So then you went to PlayStation 2.
PS2. And then went through loads. Any game that came out that was any good, I pretty much played it. You know.
Did you get PS2 because it had a DVD player in it?
I believe so.
It was a bonus at the time, wasn't it?
It was a big bonus, and I started my DVD collection, and I really got into movies then.
Yeah.
You know, going down to cinema and all the rest of it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we'd go down to cinema and...
Yeah, totally.
You know, all the rest of it. Queuing up at midnight to see The Matrix.
We did, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we did.
All that stuff. That was amazing. And then after that, it was, PS3, and I was umming and ahhing, do I get the PS3? Do I get the PS3? And then you said, mate... What are you playing at? Get a 360.
Oh, did you not get an original Xbox?
No, I didn't.
Did you not? I always because for some reason I thought you did.
No.
Or was that you?
No.
No, it just must have been me then.
I did have one. I did have one.
You did have one?
My brother got it.
Oh, right, okay.
And it was my brother's, and when he went off to uni, he left it.
Yeah, because we were living at Dave's at the time. We had the 360.
Yeah.
And you moved in.
Yeah.
And you caught me playing Gears of War.
Yeah.
And that's when you were like... Andy, what are you playing? I was like, get a 360, dude, and play with me. Even though you were just in the room next door.
And we used to have screaming matches.
We
We were shouting at each other, not through the mic. We had the mics on.
Yeah.
But there was no point in using it because there's a thin wall next door, and I'm going, stay alive!
Exactly.
Let's go, stay alive!
Keep your head down. Get the sniper rifle.
Yeah. Headshot.
That's it. Talk bow.
And yeah, mate, it just progressed from there, and it's always been Xbox since then.
Yeah. I think because when I was working at Gatwick, I was renting a room, and the guy next door to us, he was playing this game, and I was like, "Oh God, what's that?" He said, "Left 4 Dead." I was like, "Oh, I've never seen anything like." I said, "Yeah, pick up the controller." We're doing like a split screen, and it was like, I think that was one game that just like reminded me of going back to like GoldenEye days, of how easy it was to just pick up and have a laugh with your mates.
Yeah.
And then from there I just got a 360 after that. Yeah. Like, oh, it's just rules.
So were you experiencing PC loading screens at the time, like loading, and then you press start and it goes Loading.
No, you don't get
So
any
you thought,
loading on a PC.
I'll get a console instead. It's quicker.
No, PCs.
Come
are
on, what
quicker.
you got? Come on, back that up.
Yeah, come on.
PCs are quicker.
They're not. They're clearly not.
They are.
Yeah, but you've got to have half.
Oh, the Xbox has just decided to put an SSD in. PCs have had them for about 10 years now.
Yeah, but hang on, you got to save half the space of your living room for the box for your PC because your 2080 Ti, which is now going to be your 380 Ti or 480 Ti, whatever the hell it is.
Dave, they're just jealous, aren't they? They just know. They'll never rule the roost, consoles.
Yeah, but Dave, what graphics card do you have? Do you have a 2080 Ti on your
No,
PC?
I've got a GTX 1060,
Yeah.
I think.
So when you upgrade to the 2060
How much RAM
or
have
the
you got for that?
2080,
Memory is RAM.
I've got 32 gigs.
he's going to need a bigger box.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day,
It's like £900 per graphics card upgrade.
Do you know how many Xboxes you can get with that?
Do you know how many frame rates you can get with a PC?
Hold on, provided you buy the screen
now,
for your
Exactly.
PC.
Exactly.
But you do if you're spending that much.
Tell me
money.
something. Answer this question, right?
Hold
Can
on.
PC do split screen?
Yeah.
No, it can't.
Yeah, it can. On the right game, it can.
yeah, you get one screen there, one screen there.
Yeah, so it's not technically split screen, then, is it?
Split screen.
No,
Actually, you
it's
can't say you're looking at my screen now if you do that.
No,
That's
see,
your-
no. That's
not split screen,
That's
that's
not split screen.
multi-screen.
That's multi-monitoring. Anyway, we're going to console wars here. We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess the next question is, what game was it that got you into a certain genre of games?
Certain genre.
Like, is there like
So you
say
mean
for
each
example,
genre?
like say for example, you like open world games.
Yeah.
What game got you into open world games?
I'd say Zelda started that.
First person shooters. What was the game that got you into a first person shooter?
Medal of Honor. First one.
Is that your answer?
I think
Really?
First person.
GoldenEye.
Which one came out sooner?
97 GoldenEye.
When was Medal of Honor?
That was
Which
early
one?
2000s.
First one. Ever.
I
On
think
PS2?
Yeah.
It was like 99, 2000.
2001, I think.
Yeah.
2002?
And when was GoldenEye?
97.
97.
Yeah.
So yeah, GoldenEye then.
Yeah, I'd definitely say GoldenEye got us into FPS shooters.
Yeah.
Zelda was probably one of the first ones that started that kind of like open world traveling around, even though it was really basic and 2D. But
What machine was that on?
the NES.
Twat.
Well, mine for Zelda was mainly on Game Boy.
Yeah, there were some good ones on the Game Boy.
But it always frustrated me. I got to one point and I couldn't get past it for about good 6 months.
Yeah.
But I had no one to
I hate
talk
that
to.
about games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the thing back then. Without the internet, like you got now, you can like look at walkthroughs and everything. You had to like check magazines or what was the TV show?
Games
Games
Master.
Master.
Master, yeah. You had to like, and then you think, oh, is this episode? They're going to put my game in it. Are they going to put that game? And then they'll finally come up with like a way of getting through that hard level.
Or you just go down to newsagents, pretend you're going to buy the gaming mag, but look through the gaming mag, find the bit you need. Okay, put it back and off you go.
Dude, there were so many guys in school that did that as well. They were like, oh, I just read this magazine. Yeah, I got this game.
Andrew Furt, do you remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
totally.
if you're listening.
Sorry, Andy, if you're listening.
Sorry if you're listening, Andy.
I think it was like Castlevania.
He still thinks he's good at Tekken as well. What a loser.
I know, yeah.
You got to this point where you had to like sit by a wall and crouch down for 10 seconds, and a tornado come and took you to the next level. How would you know that? Nothing in the game told you to do that. You had to wait for it to come out in a magazine.
Did you ever, either one of you, did you ever buy that magazine, the games magazine, and it had the supposed cheat to get Lara Croft nude?
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Did you ever try
That
it?
was the only reason I got it.
With the triangle boobs.
Yeah, but at the time, triangle boobs now, but on a CRT screen, it was like you're looking at it now. It's like,
60 frames per second on a PC monitor.
it was like,
That's right.
Lara Croft.
I also say Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, I think it was called, Dark Forces. Or just Jedi
That was
Knight.
the first person shooter.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they did Dark Forces. That was good. That was kind of like Doom, really sort of 2D-ish in a 3D world. And then they did Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. And that kind of like had live action cutscenes and stuff. That was so well done. Then they did a follow-up, Mysteries of the Sith.
Yeah, I
And
remember they did a Rebel Assault 2.
Yeah.
That was one of my favourite Star Wars. And then they brought it to PlayStation when it had no loading times. That was the best ever.
I remember my first Star Wars game. It was the X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Did you play
On PC though.
Oh right, okay. I was going to say, did you ever play Shadows of the Empire?
Shadows of the Empire.
That was on the
On the
N64.
N64.
Then they ported it to the PC after.
I think I did, but I didn't play it on PC. I played it on the PlayStation 2. Knights of the Old Republic. That was what got me into.
Yeah. So you did have an original Xbox then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So you
Yeah,
must,
because-
I knew you had it.
Yeah, that's what I said. My brother went to uni and left it behind.
Oh, right,
And
so it
all the
wasn't-
games.
Right, so it wasn't yours then, but you did have one,
I stole it.
essentially. Yeah, okay.
Like Dave.
So you did a South African. Dave, what game got you into a certain genre?
Well, mine's going to be a DOS game, which is computers. So
He means MS-DOS. It's a PC thing.
We're only into the first 20 minutes here, guys.
well, that's all right. He's going to get beaten either way. I haven't seen him for about.
I like
6
your
months.
spacing here because I'm far enough away.
As I say, yeah.
It's only until we move.
Try
and
not
get
to
up.
try not to muck with the mic arm, please.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Dave, go on.
So my one that got into the system was mainly Doom,
Yeah, the granddaddy. Yes.
and that's ultimately going to still be in one of my top 5s.
And then Quake.
Then Quake,
Yeah.
then Quake 2, and then moving up the ranks over to. No, FPS isn't God of War, but I stepped out with God of War, enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Just-
I remember you really enjoyed the whole
Really
Kratos
enjoyed
thing
that
and whatnot.
because a lot of the puzzle things made you think a lot more, and yeah, really enjoyed that through the PSP, PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
PlayStation 2.
PS3.
Don't think I went to PS3. I mean, I never had those consoles.
Because you ran them off, borrowed them off me, or
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
when I was living at your house and stuff. Yeah,
I've still got my PSP up in the loft somewhere.
I'll buy it off you.
Really?
Yeah,
He just wants
I've
to play
got
it
a
at
lot of
work.
games as well, so we'll talk about that.
yeah, sweet.
So,
No, honestly, I'll have that off you. Anyway, carry on, guys. So you never got to play God of War 3 then? You never got to finish God of War?
I never got to finish God of War 3, no,
Oh man.
because by that time you got me hooked on the Xbox.
Oh, okay,
the
fair enough.
360.
Yeah,
That's PlayStation only.
I think you did me a deal or something like that
Yeah.
on one of your Xboxes
that's right. Yeah.
because you always like losing money on your purchases for some reason.
It wasn't me. He bought it off of Ty Bob, Xbox One.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Ty Bob.
Ty
No,
Bob.
I remember
no,
Ty
the
Bob.
Xbox. I'm talking about the 360.
Oh, was it?
Didn't I buy the 360 off of you?
Not me.
Oh, it must have been one of the other guys.
No, definitely with me.
Must have been Ian. But yeah,
Yeah, probably was.
because I kept getting pestered by you guys, especially.
Yeah, but you finally done it. It took you a long
Yeah.
time, but you finally done it.
But the whole reason I did it, so I could actually get better at Halo to whip your ass.
You're still pretty good at it, though. I
So yeah,
mean,
Yeah.
you still can't beat us, but you can still beat certain people.
Give it a go.
You can probably beat Greg. Greg ain't probably played it for a while.
I haven't played it for ages, but all he's going to use is the tank and the sniper rifle.
Well, I only use the rocket launcher, so I can.
Yeah.
I know
Exactly,
you're
so-
cheating Arab.
And I need a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, I need
No.
to invert it, don't I?
Yeah, exactly. He's got to have it inverted.
I have to have it inverted.
I know you do.
Bloody PC players.
So Halo would be one of yours as well.
Yeah, but getting back to the past, I
Yeah.
remember seeing Halo on a computer first, very early stages when going into a computer shop, and didn't realise what it was. I just saw the guys. What I now know is they were driving around in a Warthog. But that's where all of that really came from, and that's where I zoned in on FPS, really.
Was that in game?
Well, it's,
Like when you walk into game, they used to show off the games, didn't they? And the consoles there.
no.
And used to barge people out the way to play it quickly whilst you're
Yeah,
in
they
college or
used to
something.
that's right. They used to do little tester booths, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Sort of thing,
yeah.
Yeah, they don't have game in South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. They got stolen.
Because that's how old Halo actually is.
So basically, when he was in the game store in South Africa, there was just a picture behind a monitor
Yeah.
of Halo. It wasn't an actual game running.
He thought he was.
Someone's paused the game.
And he thought he was playing it. this is a great
The
game.
thing is, though, he's not denying it.
Well, if I knew what it was at the start,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
fine. But just going back to that, I hate to think how many floppy disks you would have had to load it.
Oh, Jesus, do you
Sorry,
remember that?
floppy disk is a PC thing.
Yeah,
What was the
they were on
plastic
Commodore.
discs we used to have in school to store like photos and shit?
The plastic disc?
Yeah.
That's a floppy... Oh!
No, the smaller
Yeah.
version. Do you remember? What were they called?
No, it was a bigger version. It was
No,
like a
the
cardboard
floppy disk was the big black one, yeah?
No,
that was floppy. What's the hard?
The hard one.
Yeah.
That's still called a floppy disk.
It's still a floppy, right?
But
okay.
the floppy disk, like a limp floppy disk, it was like a bit of
used
cardboard.
to carry
Like a 3.5.
Snake for
for Nokia.
yeah.
Oh, great game that was.
It's in my top 5.
You went through a good few Nokias, mate.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Wasn't Snake originally from Mac? Apple, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
was.
Ask a PC guy.
No idea.
What's that? I can't hear you, Steve.
No
Close to the
idea.
mic. Oh,
I'm pretty sure it was Mac that it ran Snake initially in the very early stages.
I wouldn't know, mate. I'll take your word for it. Or it might be a South African thing.
All the good stuff comes from Apple.
Silence says
Oh
it all.
my God.
Especially the virus.
I just see that. No, I just literally saw a tumbleweed go by then. Oh, mate. That was so bad.
You really are still disillusioned, aren't you?
Better than PC.
So, yeah. So, no open world stuff apart from Star Wars, then, really, Greg.
That got me into it.
Yeah, okay.
Assassin's Creed, sort of being a history buff, I love when Assassin's Creed 1 came out, and all of a sudden you get to roam around 10th century Jerusalem, Damascus, and Accra. Big old Templar. You right?
Yeah,
Got an upset, Dave.
So he was just doing an expression where it looks like you were getting a hard on.
Yeah, totally. I'll still do. But that got me into the. Like, it always should have been an RPG, but
Yeah.
finally got there in the end.
So I guess the next question is going to go to Dave and Steve here. So I know for a fact you, Dave, had a gap from gaming for a bit.
Yeah.
Why did you? Why was it just because of me that got you back into it, or did the gamer ever leave? Really?
Well, let's put it this way: the reason for the gap, I found alcohol and women.
That's fair enough.
To be fair, then basically,
So how old were you? Like 8 or something?
well, we start young in that. No, so basically that, and obviously studying as well, doing my apprenticeship, which probably took a 4-year period anyway. When I was also enjoying making money and actually spending it on other things, and then obviously you guys.
I kept trying to bring it back to you though, because I was buying like Doom 3 for your birthday. I think I bought you AVP at one point as well.
See, there was a stage where when I bought Doom 3, and I just set up the surround sound.
Okay.
Remember
That's the best way to do it.
We turned the lights off
Yep.
whilst it started loading up.
Yep.
And we literally crapped ourselves with all the sounds in the background and
It
everything.
was so good.
And then when the first guy comes out, it's like, shit.
I was like,
Just blew us away. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess similar. Early 2000s. I think because I got the GameCube and I was quite disappointed with it. I remember it being like...
Is that
Really?
because it was a console, yeah?
Yeah. And then... Yeah,
hey, you started off with consoles, so don't even go down that road, all right?
I think I had a PS2 Slim. I got that, and I got the GameCube as well. And I just found like the games just to be like just nothing really overly inspiring. I think the best one was like Super Smash Bros that we used to play.
Yeah,
I'm
not really fond of that, but it does have a fan base, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was the only game. I thought, this is just rubbish. And then I was working, going on holidays, all the rest of it with your mates. And then one of my friends showed us Battlefield 2 on PC. And just seeing 64 players on a map having a battle online.
And no crashes at all?
No crashes.
Really?
You just had to worry about the
sure nothing was
internet
overheating
speed.
or anything? Or
you had to play it in the winter, just to keep it
just
cool.
to keep it cool.
Was that the dial-up time, was it? Before broadband?
I think you could get 5... Was it 512 it was called broadband or something when it just started? I can't remember now.
No,
I can't think.
I
of
only remember 56k.
Yeah, it might have been something like that.
Yeah, 56k. Yeah,
And yeah, after that, I was like just hooked on Battlefield. I used to play in competitions online and everything. It was brilliant game. Subsequently, the latter games from the Battlefield series have been all right, but I don't think they've ever matched that Battlefield 2 Warfare quite as much. But yeah, I'm still into gaming. Obviously now, I just love it. It's brilliant. Might treat myself to a new Xbox, maybe.
Really? No, he's...
No,
People can't see you winking, Steve.
yeah.
Also, yeah, like I said before, my one of my flatmates obviously had Left 4 Dead, and then I got a 360. Then I started playing with you guys when I met you all at work. And Alien vs Predator online.
Yeah.
That was so good. Beep, boop.
Yeah,
Mr. Power, if you're listening, yeah, that's you, mate.
That's you. Oh, look, Ben's online. Oh, beep, boop.
Ben's offline. But yeah, and then I was hooked on 360. And then I've got the Xbox One, the VHS looking one. And then
Can you do your impression of Coach from Left 4 Dead 2, please?
bottle of puke here.
Hold up a second. If you've got an Xbox One, explain yourself.
No, he
You
did.
don't have
He
it.
did
I
have
gave
one.
it to Greg so he could trade in for the
Yeah.
X.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
He did have one, yeah.
he did have one.
All right.
It wasn't much good either.
No. Kept overheating on me. I had to turn my PC on to keep that cold. But yeah, no, it's love gaming. At the moment, I'm playing Battlefield 5 and Metro Exodus, and that's about it really at the moment.
Great game.
Yeah,
Exodus is good.
yeah.
Better on console, of course.
It's way better on console. Way better.
Minus your ray tracing. But yeah, it's what's it? Fallout and Skyrim, games like that. Just spend hours and hours on. They're just fantastic, like, open world
I think
games.
both games I've done over 300 hours.
Yeah.
And those game saves easy.
And then you can mod them and obviously do more and more.
Yep.
It's just becomes an addiction. So, but yeah, no, it's. I think gaming's just come on and on and on now. It's just getting so good. Technology, it's obviously advancing. The software, everything. I think we're at like the best time in gaming now.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot to come yet.
Yeah.
It's just which direction it goes in with the VR side of stuff.
I think VR is going to phase out. I think it's like 3D.
3D.
Well, like,
It's a gimmick.
I remember back in South Africa, back in early 90s, where they started trying to bring VR out.
Yeah,
in
VR's
the
been
big
trying to go for
units
ages.
and stuff like that. Yeah, and they're still trying to push VR. Now, by rights, we are a lot further on, and it should take off in certain respects if it's done properly. Now, I'm not too sure if that's probably the direction where 343 is taking Halo,
Yeah.
because of them taking a new route and a new engine as well.
It wouldn't surprise me if they do, to be honest.
But,
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, I see like VR as good for, say, a game where you could just sit down, you're either in a car or a aircraft or something. You
Yeah,
can
sim
look
sim
around.
games.
Yeah, I see that, but they seem to, when they like modify a game that say like first person or open world, they seem to then like the VR version has got like limited features on it because obviously you can't go running around. Everyone's got limited space.
Well, you're saying that's what got me excited a couple of years ago, where they actually had bases where you could actually fully move without tripping over yourself and stuff like that.
Like Ready Player One. That's
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That would be amazing.
In all honesty, like that, where you actually had a unit.
Yeah.
And I
You
don't
need
know
a
what.
shitload of money for it, though, wouldn't
this
you?
is the
Yeah,
thing.
but you
I think
after
that's
that
the-
initial stage, I didn't hear anything of it, and
Yeah.
I think
Again, it all comes down to cost, isn't it? Like production cost and
Well, for a decent one,
And
for
to-
Valve,
and
is
to
nearly
buy
a
it.
grand.
yeah. I've
So
looked
could you
at
imagine a base for that as well? Would be
You're looking at 3-4 grand.
At least.
you need
at
a base
least.
and harnesses as well. Just
Yeah.
like you said, Ready Player One is like someone. Is,
I would do it though if I had the
someone's
money.
vision.
Oh, yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah,
yeah, but is it also not about the gaming side of thing? Is just switching off from the world
Reality.
No, totally.
and just vegging out?
I think that's why a majority of us play games is to switch off from reality, really, isn't it?
Totally.
So
Yeah.
That's why when games go like ultra realistic, it almost like detaches that feeling of escapism, doesn't it? Of like you're getting away.
And it draws you in because you can feel like you've been playing it for like 5 minutes, and you look, crap, an hour's gone.
Yeah, totally.
Or 2 hours. Shit, I'm going to be somewhere, you know?
Yeah, especially open worlds where you can decide what you
Yeah.
want to do. It's how you want it done, not what the game is taking you to do.
Yeah. I mean, even now, I'm playing The Witcher 3.
I love that game. It was in my top 5 on previous episode. It was number 2.
It's in my top 5 since I started playing it. Just because of the attention to detail. That
I've
CD
installed it.
Projekt
I haven't
wants.
played it yet, but I've installed it. I'm ready to go.
Same here. I've been looking at installing.
You're going to need a bigger PC.
Yeah. You're going to need a bigger box.
It's all right. You're going to have to switch from Intel, mate.
I am. I'm AMD now.
Ooh, good boy.
His car's
well
even
done.
AMD.
Yeah.
AMD. It's in the game.
That's a developer I hate at the moment.
Do you remember the game Driver?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was amazing
PlayStation
when it
1?
came out. Yeah.
And PC. But that's I'd say that game got me into like racing and driving games. That was just so good.
That was after Ridge Racer, though.
It was, yeah. Ridge Racer was a title, a launch
What was
title.
the first Gran Turismo? 97?
Yeah, 97, 98, I'd say.
Was it? Because that's what got me. The first Gran Turismo got
No,
me
97. Yes, you're right, 97.
That got me into the driving sims, and then since then I just love my driving sims. Love them. And then I got a car, and I could do it on the road. For real!
But this is the thing, because I've always been an arcade racer guy. I never really liked the real life sim, because like you said, I have a car, I can go do that. So do you play stuff like Forza now?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, hang on. When I say, when a Forza game comes out, yeah, I play it. And then I play it, and then I play it, and then I play it. And then something else comes up, I'm like, I want to play that now. But I can always, a sim game is something you can pick up and go back to.
That's the way I look at it. Like my racing games are all installed. I rarely play them. It's just I think, I'm bored of playing whatever. I'll just pick up a game. I can literally just go quick play, have a race or whatever.
Yeah. But it's something that you...
Especially the arcade races, like Sega Rally.
Yeah.
Easy left, easy right.
That was amazing.
Overhead, easy jump.
But it's stuff like that you can... The whole thing with gaming for me is stuff that you can do in a game that you're never ever going to do in real life.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like driving a high performance car at 200 miles an hour in a race, you know.
Well, if we didn't buy consoles and games, we probably could save up for what a real one.
Oh yeah,
in theory, but
eventually I'll get my Stelvio, but that's going to be a long time down the line.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. You'll have to learn to actually drive it properly then. Yeah.
What have you got now, Dave?
I've still got them again.
You still got it?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe you've upgraded when I saw the SQ7 out the front.
No, I wouldn't buy an Audi. No chance.
So anyway, video games.
Anyway, let's get away from the cars and the sim racing. But
Right, so Greg, you touched up earlier on about the PlayStation being the console that defined you as a gamer.
I wouldn't say define me as a gamer. It got me into the world of gaming.
Okay, so what console or computer would you say is the one that would say, right, I'm going to stick to keep playing and move on with other ones?
Probably the
PC?
no. When you go on, do it again just one more time. And one more time because he's a twat. Actually, no. When you phrase it like that, I think PS1. It was and the games, you know, going around Tony's, Alien Trilogy,
The experiences we had were
Ridge
phenomenal.
Racer, and Tekken,
Crash Bandicoot, whatnot as well.
all those games. I mean, and then after that, the PlayStation 2 came out, and I was playing every game that came out, like Metal Gear Solid. You know,
Yeah. Do you remember Metal Gear in the first PlayStation though?
Yeah.
Come on, that was good.
No, wait. Which one are we talking about?
The first Metal Gear.
The first ever Metal Gear, or the first ever?
Well, if you're talking technically the first Metal Gear was on the NES, but the proper 3D Metal Gear was on the first PlayStation.
That was the first PlayStation,
and then Metal Gear 2 was on PlayStation 2.
That got me into the whole espionage spy thing. Yeah. Just the stealth gameplay.
Do you remember the impression you used to do?
Well,
Metal Gear. It can't be. Steve.
Yes.
Was there a computer or console or a PC that defined you as the gamer that you were going to be?
It'd have to be PC Battlefield 2. Just open the world of shooting.
No, not the game. The
console.
PC.
Yeah, it was the PC.
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah, mine will have to be the PC.
Not a Game Boy or Xbox or whatever you had in South Africa?
Or your Game Gear.
No, I mean...
It can be a handheld thing. Penis?
You on.
The PENIS.
It's in the game.
That's a damn good console. Still goes today.
It's in your mum.
Oh!
That deserves one more.
No, I mean, it's mainly got to be computers, basically, because of Quake and the online version where you did multiplayer and playing people halfway around the world. That's really what defined me, and that's why I love my FPS and I love Halo, ultimately, and that's where it really comes in. Because it's okay playing AIs in a computer game, but...
They're bots.
Yeah, exactly. But you know where their limits are as well, so you can stand somewhere and you know they can't come any further, and they're not going to shoot you.
Games still do that today, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You think, like, what have we come to say, 25 years of online gaming now? Maybe a little more? I still find it amazing how somebody halfway around the world is on the same map as you, and the data is moving that quick that there's hardly any delays, is there really? You're talking like a millisecond.
Yeah.
How do they do that?
Well, it comes down to all the investment to start with, and obviously all the technology that's built around it, which has all come from porn anyway.
Oh.
It's the only thing that keeps the internet running.
That's in all fairness, that's what pushed everything on as well. That's where you got all the money spent.
No one likes a grainy image.
Or downloading at 56k.
But that's what happened with the HD, DVD, and Blu-ray war, wasn't it?
Oh, God, I remember that.
As soon as Blu-ray went to porn,
Yeah.
started with porn, that was it. Obviously, look at it now. There's no HD DVDs now, is there?
No, didn't you buy a console or something just because it had that?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I backed
I had
HD DVD was a shitload better than Blu-ray, and I still say that to
and it
this
still
day.
is. It's 7 times better definition.
Wasn't that like an extra add-on to the 360 you could
Yeah,
buy?
you can get a HD DVD drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah, when plasmas and LEDs and LCDs all
LCD,
came out,
yeah.
and I remember having the movie Face Off on HD DVD. And like that came with all the features, the alternative endings and whatnot. And then the Blu-ray came out, just the movie.
Okay.
So anyway, video games. So I guess on that note, is there anything you guys are looking forward to coming out soon, or
Game-wise or
game-wise?
Game-wise.
There's no point saying console-wise because I don't know when the next PC's coming out.
It's out.
It's out.
It's always out.
Every year, the PC
We're talking about the PC, not your penis.
It's defined by the 2080, 3080, 4080 Ti, which is twice the price of a console every year to upgrade. But
Ridiculous.
But then you're offsetting the graphics card you've already bought. It's still twice as much.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you plan your builds.
I like to play the game the way the developer was meant for it to be seen, and that's maxed out.
Yeah.
All the quality. See it how it's meant to.
Play mixed up.
So
Yeah, are you looking forward to something?
Right, so the original Crysis was it couldn't go on console because no console could run it in 2007, and even PC struggled. I remember like having to upgrade my graphics just to play it. It was just like mind-boggling. So they've done they're doing a remaster of that.
What game was that? I missed it.
Crisis,
right.
So they're doing a remaster of that with a new engine and everything. I think that's coming out in the next few months.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mine's Mafia.
Yeah, Mafia remastered as well.
Totally redone from the ground up.
Yeah, it does look good.
Yeah.
And that was actually another game I forgot to mention that was really got me into gaming, like storytelling gaming, because that really.
I think when you showed me off your PC once, you were playing Mafia.
Really. I think it might have been Mafia 2. Yeah, they really tell like a good narrative and everything, don't they? They're really, really good. Apart from those two, and obviously the console wars is starting at the end of the year, isn't it, as well? So
that's what I'm going to invest in.
Yeah, and obviously there'll be some brilliant games released on those. I think the future's looking really bright for new games and hardware.
It all seems to be remasters at the moment, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to Infinity coming out on Halo. So, yeah. and let's hope they don't.
Let's just hope what was on the showcase was not the final product.
Well, no, it wasn't, because it was a work in progress, but they didn't actually show it off to its full potential as what they could have done.
Yeah, but don't Ubisoft do that all the time with their games? Do you remember I think it was one of the Tom Clancy games, they showed off and everyone was like, oh my God, this just looks incredible. Yeah, but and then like when it actually comes out, it looks nothing like the game they showed at the thing. It's way worse.
Yeah.
You think like, at least do it the other way
Ubisoft
round.
seems to fail upwards.
Yeah. Yeah, do it the other way round maybe. But
well, that's what I'm kind of hoping with what they did at Halo.
Yeah, that would just be.
Halo's going to be amazing, but when they're trying, my point is that when they're trying to sell the Series X and its power and its capability, and then they go and show a game that's actually running on a PC that's not got all the bells and whistles to show, and they're trying to say that this game is going to show everything, it's going to be amazing, look at what we can do with it, and actually it's a little bit disappointing.
But the thing is,
you want to see something that's bells, whistles, this is it.
The thing is though, I think the X is one of those, like, do you remember when the one came out? It really wasn't actually ready, and they kept updating it. See, I know they're like trying to push it just to go against the PS5, but I reckon they're going to have the same issue with it. You won't get a decent full bells and whistles game until at least for another 2 years or so.
I think a lot of the developers won't do full bells and whistles on it, because I don't think the PS5 is going to be able to match it. And I think the games are going to be pegged back.
You mean the standing modem with a book around it?
Yeah, I mean it looks huge if you take into account the size of the disc drive on the PS5 to the new Xbox. It looks massive. But when they did the release of the Unreal Engine, was it Unreal Engine?
Yeah,
the PlayStation trailer, it was 4K 30.
Yeah,
it wasn't 4K 60,
but
4K 120.
Well, I think you're going to find that with a lot of games on all consoles.
But then,
but developers are going to be pegging it back so it's equal, so one's not better than the other. Do you know what I mean? Because they've done that with the Series X. Only the Microsoft games show it off in amazing detail. All the others say, well, this is like Digital Trends and all the DT Gaming, Digital Foundry and stuff like that. They do all the tests with the frame rates, and all the frame rates are much better on the Xbox compared to the PlayStation. But they're still pegging games back.
Yeah, but I think you're going to always have a compromise no matter which way when you're dealing with consoles.
Yeah.
Where the developers are going to have to compromise somewhere, whether on the graphics side or the actual motion side and
resolution.
Stuff like resolution and vice versa.
I think there's no reason now with the technology and the new consoles, with most games, if not all, that come out on it, they can't give you the option, all right, you can play the game at 4K 30 or 2K 60 FPS. And so you got the choice, all right, I have a little bit less quality, but I'll have a faster, smoother.
Yeah, but how much extra work does that take to do, though? That's the other thing. When you're in the development stage,
I don't think it's a lot.
You're on a tight budget and a tight line anyway, I should imagine.
And games developers are well known for doing crunches, aren't they? Like they're doing it with Mafia. Mafia was going to be released, and then they're going, oh, well, hang on, we need to do a crunch, get it all up to date. But then there's things with the coding that they can do with Microsoft Xbox that they can't do with the PS5, and that's why they peg them back.
Yeah,
that's why you don't get the full 4K 60 on some games.
Yeah. But I can't see Halo being it's one of the Microsoft babies, isn't it? It's it's going to be good.
It's going to be massive. But other games, other developers, it's probably not going to be the same case.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really looking forward to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, although I'm not as hyped as I was for Odyssey or Origins, being a history buff. But
I do love Odyssey, though.
It's amazing. It's where they should have been from the start.
Yeah, totally.
With that type of game. But yeah, I don't want to play Valhalla at 4K 60, 4K 30, or even 4K 60 if the TV can do 120 hertz.
You're just not going to have a console be able to push that sort of power.
You've got to admit, though, the Xbox X did a really good job with the Red Dead 2 4K transfer.
That's in my top 5. It's an amazing game. I can play that and play that and play
Spoiler.
that. Spoiler alert!
So apart from Valhalla, is there anything else you're looking forward to?
Watch Dogs, Legion, as I've played all the Watch Dogs games. Second one was a bit teeny, if I could say that. The first one was amazing. It just groundbreaking, really, in what you could do in it. And then rumours of a 2021 Mass Effect trilogy remaster.
Yes.
Oh,
I'd buy that in an instant.
the new Star Wars game, is it Fighters or something it's called?
Oh,
Squadron.
Yeah,
Squadron.
Squadrons.
Yeah, oh, no, that does look good.
yeah,
That
that's
looks good.
crossplay as well. So
Yeah.
when you're on the PC, you can actually come and join us.
If you can keep up.
We can keep up, mate. We're not the ones that have the severe loading screens and no split screens.
And don't forget to turn the tap on so you can keep it cool enough.
Oh, obs.
Right,
Yeah.
so any other ones you're looking forward to? If not, we'll go straight to our top fives.
Yeah, go for it.
What else has everyone pre-ordered?
Oh, no.
No, tell you, I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk.
Yes.
Oh,
how can we not talk about?
God.
How can we
Yes.
not talk about Cyberpunk? I mean, geez, Witcher 3 I'm playing at the moment, and the attention to detail's amazing, and it's only going to be better with Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
That is
totally.
going to be
You
good.
know, especially with character creation and everything to do with it. I mean, for what they've done with it, how old is it now? 10 years? Is it a 10th anniversary they did?
For
Witcher 3.
5 year.
5 years.
5 years.
And in those 5 years, I think what they've done with it, this 4K version, is just stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Yeah, Cyberpunk does look incredible.
Yeah.
Like the
Just
attention to
stop
detail.
delaying it and release the fucking thing already.
Yeah,
Well, I think they're doing it on purpose to sort of
they want to
tie
come
it in with the console.
Yes, it's a bit
Yeah.
convenient how it's releasing in November, the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
the time of the
yeah.
month where both consoles are rumored to be out.
Yeah, no, that will
pre-ordered.
be, I think, a very good game. Quite groundbreaking, I reckon, as well.
Have you not pre-ordered it yet?
No.
No.
Have I? No, I think I have, yeah.
You have?
Yeah. On the Epic Game Store.
Right, so
Sorry,
before
that's a PC game store.
before we do our top five, Steve, you remember the game GoldenEye?
Oh,
So I hear you can do a really good impression of the slap mode on the multiplayer version.
I
So-
might be able to do a little
Right,
something.
so I'll do the slap sound
Yeah.
effect, and you can do the
All right.
impression of when you get hit by a slap in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Right, ready?
Dave, don't hit me.
3, 2, 1. Right, here we go.
It's time for a top 5. Spoiler warning.
Right, so I've already done my top 5, so the top 5 will literally just be on you guys. What we're going to do is we're going to start with our 5, work around the table with the 5s, and then our 4s, 3s, 2s, down to your 1s. So who would like to start with number 5?
Well, I think you should tell us what your 5 are so we at least know.
Listen to episode 2 and you'll find out.
Come on, with
No, I need the listens. Listen to episode 2.
I'll
You
go.
go. Oh, go on.
I'll go first. Mine's Wipeout for number 5.
Yeah, what, the first one or
Yeah,
2097?
The very first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a brilliant soundtrack as well, didn't it?
Oh, I love the soundtrack.
They all did
to
though,
it.
didn't
Yeah,
they?
every
Every
game
Wipeout
always
did.
did.
Yeah.
2097 had the
Yeah,
best,
the
one of the best video game soundtracks ever. Change my mind.
I can't.
Quake 2 had a bloody good soundtrack.
I see. This is the thing. I had a PC, but then I kind of got rid of it when Quake 2 came out. So I
Quake
never
2 had a
really
good
played Quake 2.
soundtrack, didn't it?
It
It
did.
was like heavy metal in the background.
Command and Conquer was good for that. The music in that was brilliant. They were very good games. Very good.
I'll have to take your word for that one.
We never played them.
I never really got into them, to be honest.
Also,
It just took way too much time.
oh, don't play Fallout and Skyrim. For me, it'd have to be Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, what
yeah.
console was that?
That was the NES.
Is that
Yeah, that was. I felt that game really pushed the console. It was unreal. The graphics in it, the level design, everything. It almost felt like you was playing a SNES game.
Are you doing it just to piss him off now?
Yeah, no. When you look at that game, it does look like it's like the beginnings of where the Super Nintendo was starting off, graphics wise, level design. And yeah, I used to play that for hours. That was definitely my favourite Mario game.
Going back to Dave's Wipeout, though, I remember just some of the graphics and that. When you go up the hill, you go like over, but then you have to kind of land on the way back down. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, Mario. Oh god, yeah, hours and hours on that. Me and my brother. That was brilliant, brilliant game.
That was the first time they did it with the map system.
Yeah,
as well, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Greg, number 5, mate.
God, mine keeps changing.
Oh,
Doesn't.
So
As long as you got 5.
well, yeah, I did. I did have GTA 5 down as number 5 because I love the open world. I love all the stuff you can do with it. How the storylines of the characters are absolutely nuts. I'll probably have to go with either Gears of War or Gears of War 2. I can't choose which one. Mainly because of our Horde mode.
Yeah.
Horde doing the
first time we played Horde mode, I was on that all fucking summer. I was freaking love Horde mode.
Co-op campaign.
Yeah.
Stay alive, stay alive. And, screaming at each other through the wall.
Yeah.
Remember, it's like, oh, we're going to play it on what was the hardest difficulty?
Nightmare mode.
Nightmare.
No, insane. Beg pardon, insane.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was
Nightmare mode
felt
must be a
impossible.
PC thing.
Yeah, that's got to be a PC. But no, sometimes you had to do co-op because the AI on Dom, especially on Gears 1, was fucking bad.
Yeah.
Retarded.
It was like it's like when you go against, is it Ram at the end?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
Like he kept jumping in front of
and he kept getting
just runs
killed.
up to
and
it,
if he
doesn't it?
dies, then
Doing
you've got to
laps.
restart, wasn't it? So it was infuriating.
Yeah, you had to keep
absolutely
doing
infuriating.
running out, get him, come back. Oh,
Am I right in saying the PC had an extra level of Gears of War?
It did, and we mentioned that in a previous episode as well. So
really?
And then it did.
Yeah.
And then when the Ultimate Edition came out,
Yeah.
it's the one when you go against the Brewmark.
Oh,
That was exclusive to PC when it
Yeah,
came out.
because the Xbox was running it at the time, so I had to leave it out.
Because there was no such thing as DLC at the time. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, but I hadn't played Ultimate Edition until lockdown started. It was one of the games that I went on.
Really?
Yeah, because
It is a good revamp, though. You
I
have
had
to
so
admit.
much to play, and then I was like, I don't remember this Brewmac.
Yeah,
I don't remember it at all.
No, that was a PC mission.
Twats.
Dave, number 4, mate.
Number 4 would be Doom. Original Doom.
The original,
Yeah.
the granddaddy.
That scared the shit out of me, that game.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'm a lot younger than you, so at the
No,
time...
but in all fairness,
That's no excuse.
again, I touched up on the previous episode that some of the noises in the background of that game, like
Yeah.
kids being killed and shit, that's like that's
Well,
quite
that's
horrifying.
the dead bodies on spikes.
That's
and stuff
right,
like
yeah.
that.
The demonic face that goes round after
Yeah.
you.
Oh, it's
God.
all demonic. What are you
I know.
talking
Yeah,
That was extra demonic as well.
I mean, that's predominantly why I love every other game now.
Yeah.
But I think they've now launched it in another game, so you can actually play it in another game.
Oh, really?
Or
it was
They-
a free.
So
It was a free download with.
Well, no, because they put it in the Doom 2016 version.
Yeah.
You came round and we played that.
Yeah,
no, it's actually in a newer game.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
I saw an article.
I
I can't
know-
remember which one it is.
The new Wolfenstein did a similar thing.
Yeah, you can play the original
You can play
Wolfenstein
the original
on. Yeah.
yeah.
within the game. Yeah,
No, I actually think it's actually in something. What was it? Minecraft? Is it in Minecraft?
Oh, I don't know. I don't follow
Something like
Minecraft,
that.
so
no,
But
Minecraft.
you can
looks
actually
shit.
play it in another game entirely.
fucking stupid.
Yeah,
But it's one.
If there's any Minecraft fans out there, I'm sorry.
Have you seen they've got ray tracing in Minecraft now? If you want like lighting in all its glory, what a waste!
what a waste. Yeah,
What, on Minecraft?
Yeah,
On
honestly,
Minecraft.
if you look at the footage, it does look like
Why?
fantastic, but it's all blocky still.
yeah. I've never understood the thing with Minecraft.
Yeah.
No, I've never got it either. It's like it, but
Especially Fortnite as well.
no.
So did you obviously complete Doom and everything then? Like, just
Oh yeah,
literally-
I still know the original codes for God mode, full ammo, the whole shebang.
What are they then?
Well,
But he just said it, God mode.
The codes.
the codes, the code.
Yeah, you had to type in God. That was one of them, wasn't it? God.
That was after some. That was after an initial code. You go IDKFA /all. I think there was IDDQD
Yeah,
as well.
and apparently you could use the same ones on Doom 3 as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh,
Yeah, and I think there was a load more. And those are only the two I can.
I'm
sort of
impressed you can
remember.
actually remember those.
Well, that's how much I
That's
still love Doom.
Yeah.
So
So my memory of Doom was we always go to a friend's house and his dad's computer upstairs.
Which
We
they were
weren't-
watching porn on.
Dad, get off! It's our turn now.
He's got the Sky multi-room.
Dad, what's that dripping down the monitor?
Clean the keyboard up.
had to take the ball out of the mouse to clean that up.
The dust on it. Yeah, we used to have to sneak up there when his dad was out to play. I think he had Doom, Quake, and the original Grand Theft Auto for the bird's eye view of Grand Theft Auto back then, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Because we weren't, obviously, I think they were all 18 or 15 at the time, and I think I must have been like 8 or
Yeah, but
7.
those were the days where you could buy a game that was like that,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't ask your age for it.
No.
Yeah.
Up until Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was the first one to have a rating system and brought it into gaming.
I remember like going to our local rental shop and like getting Nightmare on Elm Street or whatever, and we were only about 10 at the time.
No,
The
mate,
bloke was like, yeah, all right.
That was the days when, because we used to rent, you and me used to rent like RoboCop 2 and stuff like that, and just the Predator 2, and they just didn't give a shit.
Oh, yeah, they're like, yeah, just take it.
Oh, those are the days when you wore jeans, slick back your hair, make it look 18.
Oh yeah.
You're 18, right?
And used to talk.
Yeah.
And then they say, "What's your date of birth?" You're like,
Mummy.
"I don't want it. I'm going."
So, Dave, being a big Doom fan, you're obviously going to know this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What does BFG stand for?
You can swear.
Yeah.
Big fucking gun.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Steve, number 4.
Double Dragon.
The original.
The original, yeah.
Bloody hell.
That was just phenomenal. Just the laughs. Well, I think, don't get me wrong, it's not like a brilliant game in terms of its story narrative. Obviously,
Was it the first beat 'em up you played?
Yeah, I think it was, because we didn't have Mortal Kombat. I think that was only on.
No, that's technically like a beat 'em up, like Streets of Rage. Double
So
Dragon.
we used to play that at our local arcade, but yeah, I had to borrow it off my friend because my mum wouldn't let me have Double Dragon. So I used to borrow it off of a friend from school. But then he eventually moved, and I never gave it back to him, and I kept it. But
And he's still
And
got
then,
it.
and I still got it. Yeah.
And then you can bring 2 players into this, and you're like, whoa, you can bring a mate into a beat 'em up game.
And that was it. I've just got really good fond memories of me and my brother playing that like over and over, and we just used to laugh hysterically at one of the boss. I think they all looked the same. They were like this big meathead.
Yeah,
bald
it
dude.
literally was, yeah.
And they were all the same. And
He had the smallest body, but the biggest
Yeah,
fucking head ever.
yeah, and like it used to be really difficult if you got, because back then the camera didn't really move that much. Once it was stuck in that bit, you could only go between the 2 edges of the screen.
Yeah.
And like if he used to trap you in one edge, that was it. You were
fucked.
You were fucked.
Yeah.
It just kept like hitting you. And,
Do you remember the very opening to that game? Like literally before you start.
Dum.
She literally
Kicks her
beat
in
the
the fanny.
shit out of that woman and steals her.
I swear he uppercuts her in the fanny. If you
Yeah,
look.
how the fuck did they get away? This was a kids' game at the time as well.
You could throw knives at people.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it was, yeah. It was
Do you remember what the 2 brothers were called in that game?
Bimmy and Jimmy?
Yes, they were. I was waiting for you to say Jimmy first, then Bimmy.
Was it in Double Dragon 3? They misspelt it. Didn't
Yeah,
they?
that's right.
What was
Billy
it?
and
Bummy?
No, it was meant to be Billy and Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy and Billy, but then they put
called
it
it
Down as Bimmy.
Bimmy. Yeah,
So, Greg,
follow that up. Bimmy.
Oh, you got to see his face when he's doing this.
I
Looks
wish
like
you
he's
could-
about to
I
have a
wish-
heart attack right now.
Yeah, I wish you could see what we're seeing right
They're
here.
changing colour. Their faces are literally
Jesus
changing
Christ.
colour here.
They've gone from being stone white to beetroot red.
Bimmy and Jimmy.
Do you want a tissue?
sure. I honestly didn't think you would remember that.
It's like the first title screen. They didn't even proofread it.
Oh, dear. So,
Let's hold on. Let's wait for Muttley to gather himself a bit.
Jeez, I don't think he's got that much, to be fair.
It's lockdown.
Yeah, lockdown
Right, Greg,
syndrome.
number 3.
I thought we were doing number 4.
Greg,
4.
number
Sorry.
4. All right, sorry, Greg, number 4.
Number
Bimmy
4.
isn't even a real name.
There's no way,
Neither's
Greg.
Jimmy.
There's no way Greg's going to tell me 4 now.
We have stopped at number 4.
Right. Sorry. Right. Sorry, folks who are listening. Greg, number. Why can't I still laugh? Stupid.
You might as well
Right.
just get.
Sorry.
Get it
Right.
out.
Yeah, just get it out.
Start. Steve.
I'll tell you what, Greg. Just
Right. Sorry,
go
Greg.
for it.
Let's just
No,
edit
no, no,
these
no, no.
two out.
No, right. Sorry. Right.
Hold on. Wait.
Greg, number 4.
Correct number 4.
Okay, Greg, number 4. Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
His face just cracks me up all the time. You can't even look.
Number 4, Greg.
Now he's got it on his
You're going
phone.
to see her get kicked in the fanny now.
Yeah, go on. Let's see it.
I know you're too far now. Here we go, look. Straight Right, Greg, number 4.
Alien Trilogy.
Yes! My man.
PS1. Just epic nights
Yes.
playing that, being shit scared of even leaving the room to go to the toilet. And that was
Mate.
the same for every one of us. You know?
Oh, man. Do you remember the opening cinematic to that game? That was incredible for a PlayStation 1 as well.
Oh, God. The opening cinematic.
It was literally like the start of Aliens, but they done it a little bit different.
With the face hugger.
Yeah, well, you have like the Marines going into Hadley's Hope and whatnot,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
get attacked by the aliens.
Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot.
Oh, mate, watch it on YouTube again.
I remember the cinematics being absolutely epic.
Yeah, totally.
But then if you watch it now, it's going to be crap because you're looking at it
Well, of
on
course
a
it is, but-
HD
but
LCD
back
screen.
then- It was
Back then they
freaking
were
phenomenal.
It was like a mini movie in a game, weren't it?
Absolutely. That is, yeah.
That's another thing that hooked me into gaming is the fact that you're effectively, playing a movie, but you're controlling what happens instead of sitting there watching a movie where the storyteller's showing you and telling you what's happening, what's going on, and still drawing you in just as well. But with gaming, you're the guy that's dictating how that's going. More so now than before, because the games before were very linear.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to go down this way, you couldn't go down that way because it was just straight down the tunnel, shooting whatever.
Do you remember you used to have like the little monitor screen from Aliens? And every time like a little white dot came on, you just used to shit yourself because you didn't know what was going to come around that corner. Mate,
Don't.
Well, do you remember literally when you first start the game, you literally walk down that corridor, you turn the first corridor and that facehugger just jumps at you.
Yeah.
Mate, did we all just like...
Jumped, screamed, shut my pants.
Big time. Absolutely.
Stop drawing penises on the paper, Steve. But yeah, amazing game, loved it. And that's why it's number 4.
Yeah, good choice, man. Good choice. Dave, number 3.
Now I don't know which way around to do this, but I'm going to just go with it.
Start with the first one.
I'm going to say God of War 2.
Okay, yeah. You mentioned that earlier as well.
Yeah, just for the aspect of something different from FPS, and more to the point is all the puzzle side of things.
Yeah.
As well as the storyline, as well as you were talking about Aliens, the storyline and the mythology and that side.
Thanks, Greg.
So basically, all
Hey, you're
that.
welcome.
I think that's mainly a game where you mainly play by yourself, personally. But that's just me. It's good to just chill out by
You
yourself.
definitely preferred it over the first one.
There's a lot more action that you can do in the second one than the first.
Yeah.
They did take it to the next level, which is good. Fortunately, never got to play 3.
Mate, you'll love 3. The opening to 3 is amazing. If you ever get a chance.
Yeah.
But it's PlayStation only, isn't it?
This is the issue, though. So, but yeah. Dave, number 3. Steve. Sorry, Jimmy. Steve, number 3.
He's Bimmy.
So mine would have to be. I haven't spoke about this yet, even though it was like a really influential game at the time. Was the
You're
original
coming out of the
Half-Life?
The original, yeah.
Half-Life.
Well done.
PC.
That was an incredible. That was an incredible game, and then they followed up with Half-Life 2, which was brilliant as well. But yeah, loads of DLC with those. Well, at the time it wasn't called DLC; they were just expansion packs. But yeah, they were.
Just for the record, Greg, if you don't listen to episode 2, the orange box was my number 1.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that I've still got that. The orange part is just brilliant.
Orange box is phenomenal. It should be everyone's.
Have you ever played it?
Should you either own it or give it a try? It's literally 5 games in one. Why would you not play it?
Yeah,
so you got Half-Life 2, and then the 2 add-ons for Half-Life 2, and then one of the greatest puzzle games of all time, Portal.
Portal, yeah.
They they were just brilliant stories, brilliant characters. They sort of mixed that little bit of horror with the sci-fi action. Just had it all. I just was just in awe of it.
Yeah,
it was
a phenomenal
just an incredible game.
Good choice, good choice.
Yeah.
Greg, number 3.
Red Dead.
Oh yeah,
2. Or first one.
The first one.
Oh, really?
the first
Okay.
one.
Yeah, well, obviously the second one, I mean, is amazing, but
No, because you mentioned, I thought you said 2 was in your top 5 earlier. But
yeah, I'm sort of. Sorry, I'll stick with 2. The only thing I meant, the reason is because, when you're growing up as a kid and you're playing, cowboys and Indians with your brother, or you're playing at school, when you're a little kid, and then all of a sudden, boom.
You're 18 and you're still playing it.
You're 18 and you can actually be a cowboy, shooting shit and riding around the Wild West and Mexico, and it just opened up
the visuals were fantastic on those.
It was
games.
stunning at the time.
Yeah, because you showed it to me on your Xbox One X, and I was just like, the rain effect on the web effects looked phenomenal.
On the second one?
Yes.
Yeah. And the second one just built on it. It's like going from, let's say, Vice City to GTA 5. It's like, wow. This
Vice
is amazing.
Vice City was good.
Vice City's amazing, isn't it?
Incredible game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But no, I like 1 as well.
Yeah.
But did you ever play the DLC, the Nightmare?
the
not
zombie
one,
version.
no.
Undead Nightmare.
No.
Yeah. If you ever can, give it a go.
Yeah.
I recommend it. It's very good. I don't know if you can get it backwards combat or what.
Yeah, it is. It is. So I kept it.
Oh, yeah. So, give it a go then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it.
But yeah, I guess Red Dead 2.
Just Rockstar just make fantastic games, don't they?
If you're talking about developers,
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red, after my first experience with Witcher, Rockstar, again, attention to detail and the amount of stuff you can do in the games, the storylines, the characters, amazing.
I also think like Crytek, although their games aren't, they're very well polished and that the story and side of things isn't always great, but like, the effort they seem to put in the detail is just. I think we'll see that in the new Crysis remaster.
And Rockstar did one of the best ping pong games ever made.
Boom!
It's good though. You ever played it?
I think you showed me it before.
Was that a Rockstar game?
Yeah, that's
the one
Rockstar.
you used to play.
Yes, on the
Really?
360. Do you remember that?
Jeez,
That was a
I didn't know
Rockstar
it was
game.
a Rockstar game.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I used to love that game.
That is a damn good game.
Yeah, isn't it?
And it's backwards combat.
No way.
Yeah, totally.
Well, it's actually called ping pong.
Yeah, World Table Tennis Championship or something like that.
Have to give that a go.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, mate.
It's so good.
just for old time's sake.
Dave, is it number 2?
2.
Yeah.
Number 2. What's your number 2, sir?
Quake 2.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. Goes well with 2, doesn't it? Quake 2 on number 2. And why is it number 2, sir?
Well, it's just the first one I got to play online with other people around the world, as I said before.
Well, it was actually your first ever online game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very first online game. Hence why I needed to get my own line actually into my bedroom.
Yeah.
So I could actually play it. And
That and porn. You didn't want to have your downloads
Is that when you had to
interrupted.
wind your generator in South Africa? Or get like a zebra to turn it on for you?
There's so many things I could say back to that, but I'm just not going to go there because it'd just be wrong.
Zebras are not actually in South Africa.
Well,
sorry, so Quake
I
2 was your
was in the-
first
It was a
online game?
monkey, not a zebra.
Oh, sorry, beg your pardon.
It was cool, Bimmy.
Okay. So it was your first online game?
Yeah, my very first online game. Learned some of my computer knowledge from that because of trying to get onto the servers or find out where the actual server addresses were, because every so often they would change and you'd be sitting there waiting for the game.
Was it online only then?
No,
No.
single player.
Because I know
as well.
number 3 was online only. Quake Arena.
Yeah, that was. Also, do you remember Unreal Tournament?
Unreal Tournament is amazing. That needs to have a massive comeback. Big time.
Brilliant. Dominating.
Yeah.
That was a great game. Number 2 for me.
Hang about. So, what was your, Steve, before you do your number 2, what was your first online game?
Oh, it might have been maybe Unreal. I was probably a bit too young for Quake. I think Unreal was like 2000, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There were many editions of it afterwards. Yeah.
I seem to remember that. Yeah, probably being first. And then Medal of Honor, I remember playing that online. Like, really badly.
No, because you kept getting sniped by 5-year-olds.
By
wait for you to
OP
respawn.
5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Don't try going online now. I swear it's even worse.
Greg, can you remember your first online game?
It's one of the Halos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, was the first one online?
No, number 2 was the first one online.
Was,
Would have been number 2. I think.
Interesting.
I've never been that big a online gamer. Only like when we got together.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Sort of do that stuff. I mean, even racing games is.
Oh, you just get people. I mean, even now, like I'm playing Battlefield 5, and there's so many cheats in it.
But this is the thing: is that I was going to say what Greg has just pretty much said. I would rather play with you guys than other people because it's just.
Yeah, honestly, the cheating is just ridiculous. And then you can't give it a game all your time, whereas there's people in other countries, like kids and that are just like jumping all over the map, shooting you left, right, and you just
because they've been playing it all day, and you've only just got on in it for.
And you've done 12 hours at work.
Yeah,
But from a different point of view, going online when you've got players like that, does that not also want you to up your game skill as well to get better?
I don't got the time for it. Years ago, like, when I used to play in clan base on Battlefield 2, I used to do it like training every night on Battlefield.
Yeah.
It was like religiously. We got really good. We was like in the top 30 clans in the world.
Right.
But to get into that elite is just impossible. I just don't know how you do it. Your reactions and what have you, they're just jump, turn, bang, headshot straight away. It's just impossible.
Headshot.
I must admit, I get that a lot in the Halo guys, where I'm thinking, hold up, I've shot you about 10 times. You've just shot me once. I was like, how is that even possible?
Yeah. Is that when I beat you at Halo?
Don't worry about that.
Revenge.
So, Steve, sorry, you're number 2. Oh, no, sorry, Greg. No, we did say Halo. Sorry, beg pardon, yeah.
Huh?
No, sorry, I
haven't done my number 2 yet.
No, I was going to ask you about your online game, but you mentioned Halo 2.
Yeah, Halo 2, yeah.
So my number 2 is Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, released in 97.
Oh, the first-person shooter?
Yeah. And you could do third person on that.
Oh, really?
As well.
I never knew that.
Yeah, you could do third person. And I think it was probably the first Star Wars game where you could have a lightsaber. Because the original Dark Forces never had that. It was just guns. And then...
so I'm probably thinking of the first Dark Forces then, that's why. Yeah,
so they brought lightsabers, also had some really good cutscenes in it. It was just a fantastic story, the music, the everything. All the guns were like spot on out the movies. And at the time, I just loved, and I still do, just love Star Wars.
And masturbating.
and that was just really good memories. That was probably one of my favourites.
Nice, man. Good pick. Good pick. Greg, you're number 2.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh.
Do you define that as the best Assassin's Creed game?
That's the best Assassin's Creed.
That's the one with the boats and stuff, isn't it?
It's 17th century pirates. You're trying to free Nassau.
Was that still old style Assassins, or was that the first one that started going to the RPG element?
It was before. It was pretty much a RPG, but you could go anywhere, do what you want.
Yeah.
It was like the first one that actually let you do that.
Okay, right.
Everything else, like 1, 2, 3, Brotherhood. No, three let you do it. But it was expanded with the naval warfare for Black Flag, and because the naval warfare was amazing, and it's still to this day a lot of people's top Assassin's Creed game, because you're literally a pirate sinking ships, boarding ships, stealing shit, doing your missions that you want to do.
Broadside in other ships.
Broadside in other ships, yeah. So, diving under the water, getting sunken treasure and all the rest of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like you're a little kid again. You want to be a pirate. Arr, Arr. Yeah, I mean, it's for me. Even today, it's my favourite. And if they do a remaster with the next Valhalla that comes out, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because when you've got Odyssey, the season pass for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you get Assassin's Creed Rogue, which was the follow-on from that with the naval warfare, but set as you play a assassin turned Templar. So it turns the whole game series on its head. But Black Flag for me was just amazing. Still is.
Nice, good pick. So Dave, we're down to the number one game, your favourite game of all time, sir. What is it?
Now, this is really a toss-up between two versions of Halo.
Oh, okay.
Now, Halo 4.
Versions?
Halo 4.
Or installments.
Installments, right.
Installments. Or Reach. I'm kind of leaning more to Reach than...
I prefer Reach, personally.
I like Reach.
Only for the pure fact that it's a little bit more simpler.
Yeah.
Just brings it back to basics again.
But 4 was revamping it, because 3 was done, wasn't it? So 4 was like bringing it back. But whereas Reach was a prequel, like Dave says, it makes more sense of...
That's dominantly why I'll go for Reach more than anything else. And that's probably also to do with playing with you guys. The split screen mode.
We need to do that. We really need to do that.
We were trying to sort that out, but I don't think you ever responded, Greg. But never mind.
That's a different episode.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I did respond. We were waiting for a certain person to get his PC switched on.
But going back to Reach to me has one of the best multiplayer maps in the series. Everyone says Halo 2. That's fine, but we've had a lot more fun playing Reach.
Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, it's definitely got a fun place in my heart. We're playing with you guys online.
That's a good pick, man.
That's
a good pick.
One of the
That's
biggest
the thing.
memories,
I always think it is like the memories that can make a game special. It doesn't have to be the best game ever made, but
it's the experience you have with it.
It's the time, and if you're having fun, it doesn't have to tell the best story, but if you're having really good fun with it and all your mates involved, brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what leads me on to my number one, which is GoldenEye on the N64, because... that was just incredible at the time. I remember just being absolutely mind blown by the graphics,
which are just diabolical now, really. Aren't
they?
Literally like a cube with a picture of Sean Bean on.
So memories of that is my favourite level was Facility, the second level.
Yeah, second level, and that's when you had to blow up the tankers, wasn't it?
I just would always play that so much and have dreams about the level, that the level was even bigger, and I'd be stuck where all the pipes are and the toilet systems and stuff.
And when he woke up, he was covered in jizz.
And then me and a friend of mine at school were pretty good at the game, and we completed it all, got every cheat on it, and I think Facility was the hardest one. You had to complete it on the hardest difficulty in 2 minutes 5 seconds to get invincibility cheat. And you had to... Dr. Doak was the guy you needed the key card off.
Right.
And he had to be in a specific place. He'd always be in a different room, but to get the time, he had to be in this specific room. It just took so many attempts. But...
and this was the day before there was achievements as well.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why are you even doing
exactly. Just to get... Well, the reason we did it as well is because everyone at school that had the game kept offering me and Nick, my mate at the time, he's still my friend now actually, money to complete the game for them with all the cheats, because no one could do it.
Oh, wow.
So we used to spend ages going through the games, completing it for everyone.
For money.
Back then a tenner would get you a lot of sweets.
Oh yeah,
that's how he affords the PC.
So GoldenEye for me, just all my mates playing that, the four of us, just brilliant times.
Did you? I don't know if same thing to Greg here.
Yeah.
But that was the first game where you shot someone in the arse and they would react like they shot them in the arse. They'd be like, and reach for their arse at the same time.
If I remember, you love doing that to people.
That's the thing though, because back in the facility modes level, they were all like on the toilet or something.
Yeah,
Or behind a urinal, and you're just like, shall I shoot him in the head? Nah, fuck it, let's go in the arse.
Everyone does that. You sit by a cubicle with an AK-47.
I'm not the only person who did that. If you did that, comment below. Let me know if you did it.
And then obviously that game led to them making Perfect Dark, which was another brilliant game.
You got into Perfect Dark, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It wasn't as good, although the story was a bit better than that. I didn't think it. I think
GoldenEye was better than Perfect Dark.
Yeah, I think they just tried too much with Perfect Dark. Like GoldenEye, you just reload, the gun went down and come back up again, sort of thing. It was just so easy, so fun. And Rare were like, I think a bunch of about 12 blokes that created this masterpiece of a game. They all put their faces of themselves on different characters in the game. And I just think I know why they haven't remastered it. It's because
technically they did remaster it because we bought it, didn't we? And then we used to try and reenact the split screen, and it just wasn't now.
Yeah. Basically, it's something to do with the rights. Half of the people own one half of it, and half own another, and they won't come together to.
I believe Xbox owns the rights now to it.
I'm not sure. I know Rare still exists, and they own 50% of it.
Oh, right, okay.
That's why it hasn't been remastered. But
Nintendo must still own some of it then.
Yeah, if anyone...
Nintendo owns some of it.
Because it was on the N64, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
If anyone listening, if you're interested in a remaster of GoldenEye, there is a guy that is creating it on his own, a remaster, and you can just type it into YouTube. I think it's GoldenEye Source, I think it's called. And if you watch the video, it does look really, really good, like really faithful remaster, not official, but
nice, good pick, mate.
Yeah,
pick. Greg, number one, so video game of all time.
Jeepers, number one. It's toss up between Mass Effect 1 and 2, really.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
I would say 2 personally, but
because I 1 got me into the whole thing because there just wasn't enough space sci-fi games at the time. And there really hasn't been since, Outer Worlds was the next one after the Mass Effect trilogy to come out.
It's technically Fallout in space, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they announced the second one, didn't they? In the,
it's a DLC, isn't it? It's not
it DLC?
Yeah, it's only DLC.
Damn it. Okay, I was hoping for another game, but never mind. But yeah, I'd have to go with Mass Effect 2. It's probably my favourite of all time. And Mass Effect 1. I just can't pick between the two. But the whole exploring a whole galaxy, having new species, you relate to the characters, you build your team. Miranda's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And, you can go through various things. You can bang all your crewmates if you want, and all the rest of it, which is better than that. But,
So you going to say 2 or?
I'm going with 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the whole aspect of building a team up.
Yeah.
And that final mission where you've spent hours and hours with these guys and there was a possibility one was going to go.
They might die.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, mind blowing. But do you remember, again, that was another game that had a really good opening scene when the Normandy blew up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so spoiler, though.
Well, everyone's probably heard about it.
Yeah, it's like 20 years old now.
Yeah. And you end up dying and coming back from the dead. It's like, what the hell?
Exactly.
And just the stuff you can do in the game. It was all revolutionary. Mass Effect was revolutionary. People say about loading screens, especially with consoles, don't they, Steve?
Mass Effect 1 has bad loading times.
But Mass Effect were the first, I think, probably one of the first to have a loading screen that was it was interactive because you could move around, you could talk to your squad mates, even though you were in an elevator going to another level of the space station.
Yeah.
It's not just cut to black, fade, wait for the little circle to finish loading.
Yeah.
Oh, you're there. It actually integrated in, so it's seamless. You're actually physically going somewhere in the game instead of just sitting there waiting for a screen to pop up.
Yeah. Sorry, just going back to that GoldenEye thing I was saying, the guy is called Ghost Gaming, and it's just GoldenEye remake update at the moment.
Just be honest, is it you, Steve? Because you're pushing this guy so much.
He hasn't got enough time.
We don't have that many listeners, mate.
And if any funds come my way, I'll gladly, give
it to M.T.V.B. podcast. Gets a percentage of
He'll
it.
take the funds, but he wants to play.
So I actually left out a question that were before we did the top 5, and have you been disappointed from a game after it looking great? Like it looked great on E3, but then when you got the final product,
Aliens, Colonial Marines.
that was what I was going to say. Yes, that was going to be mine.
Yeah, that obviously a big one because we was all so hyped for it. I think so. We was playing Alien versus Predator a lot, weren't we?
Yeah.
And then we were all waiting for the next.
Sorry, Ben. You're never going to live it down.
The next big one, and then Colonial Marines was announced, and God, it looked good. And then it come out, and it was
Gearbox just fucked it up.
It was just a woeful. It's another one of those examples of I think it was too many developers getting involved in one project, and half of them doing one thing, and another half doing another, and it just was a total mess. I know they did release a lot of updates, and it has certain bits have been fixed, but the damage is done by then. You've moved on to another game, haven't you? And
I think GoldenEye was going to be one of mine as well. Along that, no, because it was so. I know that they put Daniel Craig into it, but I was still like, the multiplayer was one of the big things of the original GoldenEye, and they couldn't do it with the remake.
Can't get that right. Then
no, it's the issue. Plus, they got rid of slap mode. So,
yeah.
Greg, anything?
I've got 2 games actually.
Go for it.
Fallout 76.
Oh yeah,
Let's not forget that.
Oh shit, yeah.
Do you remember when they
Good shout.
they did the announcement and they said, look, this is the collector's edition, you're getting a proper T51
Oh, didn't they fuck
helmet.
up with the bag or something?
And I pre-ordered it,
Okay,
that edition.
right.
And it came with this stupid bag, and then finally, after loads of complaints, they gave in and said, yes, we're going to make you the bag,
Which they promised first time, right?
they promised first time, and it took like 8 or 9 months to show up.
what was it like a 10p carrier bag from Tesco's?
Basically,
It was meant to be like,
that's what you got. You got the equivalent to a garden chair bag.
Oh
Yeah. Not the same size, obviously, but the same tacky material that's meant to be waterproof that you take on your camping trips or wherever you're going.
Yeah.
You know, not some good,
Kevlar.
Westland, whatever tech it was, canvas bag, like a military bag. It was just shit. It was absolute bollocks.
Well,
And then the game turned out to be absolute
is, though-
shit and bollocks because they rushed it and didn't bother finishing it properly.
I always remember for years saying after like Fallout 3, then you had Vegas and what have you.
Yeah.
Oh, these games are just so good. Imagine if you had like an open world version.
Yeah.
Like, you've got the fundamentals of a brilliant game. All you got to do is just put it online, keep all the NPCs, keep a story and what have you, and loads of great characters. Yet they just like make a massive world feel so empty.
Yeah.
Like it was just baffling.
I did play it, for like 10 minutes just to see what it was like, and I was like, this is crap, I'm not doing it.
I played it for a lot longer than that. I really tried to persevere with it.
I remember watching you. And then I went back to it. They did the Wasteland thingy-me-bob, whatever it was. Wasteland, what was it? Whatever. So they basically put the NPCs back in the game. They put storylines back in the game, quests, and it all became more character-focused and driven. And I just couldn't get through the first introductory bit. I went out into the world and I was like, what the hell is this shit?
Thing is, you're left with a sour taste originally, so to take that out is near. It's like Colonial Marine, same thing. You've just given up with it, so to try and get back in,
exactly,
it's just impossible.
And you'd expect after Fallout 4, which I thought was absolutely amazing. Even with the mods you could do for it.
Yeah.
I mean, amazing. But
what's the second game?
Do you think I'm going to say
Mass Effect?
Andromeda? And it being released with so many bugs.
But in all fairness, right, you talking about Andromeda, I never experienced any of these bugs that people keep going on about.
This is what I mean, because it's all about when they release a game.
Okay.
When you pre-order this game, you're hyped up. You want to play it. Yeah. It turns up in the post. What's the first thing you do? Stick it in, wait for the install, play the game. And then all of a sudden you're looking at a character and one eye's going that way, one eye's going that way, or just the lips are moving and there's nothing going on with the facial features, and you're thinking, why have you released a game and it's buggy as hell?
Is this the PC version?
Yeah. I'm kidding. It was any version. Even like, I'm going to go to the 3 games, but I'm not going to take up too much time. But Mass Effect Andromeda, the thing I hate now with developers is they push a game out, it's buggy as hell, and then Mass Effect Andromeda, they cancelled the DLC. They got the team to work on sorting out all the bugs, so that it was playable, and it was actually a really good game. But then there's so much in the story that's like, well, what happened to, and then you're never going to know because they never did the DLC.
Yeah, or they're never going to do a sequel.
It's like, oh, we fucked up. Forget it. Fuck you lot. You bought the game. We just made it a little bit playable for you, but we're not going to expand on it. So, fuck you lot. So,
and number 3,
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Okay. Oh yes,
That
yes.
was
buggy, wasn't it?
Big
Yes.
time. It was so buggy.
I saw the YouTube videos and that were people with no faces or something.
Yeah, and they went from Assassin's Creed Unity, then they did the London one, which was still just as shocking because you couldn't explore anything in London that was any good. Like Westminster Abbey and all the rest of it. You couldn't go in it. You could look at it, yeah, fine, but you can't go into it.
We're moaning about Double Dragon where they did a spelling mistake.
Don't
like
start
nowadays,
again. Don't start that again.
All that wrong.
And then they get these big things wrong. And then Assassin's Creed had a 2-year break.
Yeah.
And then it came back with Origins, Odyssey, where it should be. So yeah.
Dave, you got any?
Mainly something touched on there is like when you're hyped up for a game and just want to get it installed. When you want to get it installed, load it up, and then
what was it?
Once you've got it loaded up, you've got another 60 gig to download. It was Halo 5 for me.
Oh yeah,
that's ridiculous amount of gigs on that.
The 100 gig install.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I think that's bad. The new Call of Duty, I gave up with it.
Yeah, but it was
what, the online version?
No, Modern Warfare. You talking about the new one?
Yeah, like for the Warzone stuff and that.
Yeah.
It's constantly a 60 gig update.
Oh, forget it.
What was the added insult when you had all of that, and then they've taken stuff out like split screen,
yes,
which is the biggest thing.
It's why people
Absolutely.
buy Halo.
I remember the day I told you it wasn't split screen. You were fucking livid about that.
I went ape shit. It's like, how can you take the biggest fundamental part of Halo?
Was your local multiplayer?
Local multiplayer, which is coming back.
Infinite's bringing it back.
Yeah.
It's only taken them how many years to realise how much they've fucked up.
This is
why have 100 gigs for something that's not there? That's what like you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That really did piss me off, nearly to the point where it's like, well, there's no point playing it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have group sessions and chill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not exactly a long game either. It's quite a short campaign as well.
Yeah, because the whole game itself, I thought, was actually quite short.
It is, yeah. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It's like, we finished it. And, as I'm the newbie with these games from you guys, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but for you to make it feel short, that's saying something.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
Yeah. And single-player campaigns with modern games, like, let's say, going back 2 or 3 years, but so short. Because the emphasis, they were trying to push people onto online gaming, do it this way.
Yeah, so you can spend more money on a new uniform or something.
Yeah, because if you think about it,
pay to win.
You've had the Xbox One, and not counting the Master Chief Collection, you literally had one Halo game on a new Xbox console.
Yeah.
Whereas in 360 days, you had 4 Halos, 4 Halo games, and Reach.
Yeah.
That's so fucking mad.
Isn't it?
I've got to say, it was after Crisis that was such a big hit. I was
Not enough of that PC game already.
I was quite disappointed with Crisis 2 when that first came out.
I love Crisis 2.
I like that game.
Yeah, but when you play Crisis
sorry, we got the better version maybe on the console.
Yeah. Not PC.
The buggy PC.
Because it was didn't have that sort of open world feel to it. It was kind of like you got to go for a set path.
Oh, so you're more like a...
You want it to be open worldy.
Like the first one was more...
I never played the first one.
Which I believe Halo Infinite's going open world now.
It is going open world.
Yeah, that's one of the rumours anyway.
They did obviously come back and change a few things in it, and I thought Crisis 2 was better eventually.
3 was really short though.
Yeah, 3 was short, but
that was a rush job.
Yeah. The other game as well that I was a bit disappointed in was I liked Star Wars Battlefront, and then
the new one that came out.
Whenever it was it 2017? 2015? And then Battlefront 2 was heavily on the whole pay-to-win scheme, wasn't it?
There was a whole scandal
But
about
I think
it, wasn't
somebody worked out the amount of hours you had to put in to get Darth Vader. Well, honestly, it was something ridiculous, like 900 odd hours. Yet somebody with 50 quid that wants to pay that or more could just buy the character straight away. And it's just, I know they got rid of it all in the end, but you sort of just damage your reputation straight away, I think.
It's a shame because Battlefront 2 is actually a damn good game.
Yeah.
But when they did that, they've done a new celebrity edition now where if you pay a tenner, you can get the whole lot now.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do numerous hours and whatnot. You can have it all there and there ready for you now.
Question I had, what does everyone think of stuff going more towards paying a yearly subscription for like as many games as you can play?
I love it. I think it's the best idea ever.
It's really good, yeah.
Because by the time I finish that game, there's another game I want to play on there.
Yeah. And nowadays, like, so Origin do one on is 90 quid for the year.
Sorry, that's a PC thing.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all EA stuff. And you think most games now with DLC is about 90 quid.
Whereas $8.99 on Game Pass, you can get all of it and the DLC.
No.
And you're getting the new Halo straight on.
So
Game
you don't have to
Pass.
fork out another 60 quid for
You
that.
haven't gone Ultimate.
I'm Ultimate, yeah.
$10.99.
So $10.99.
Is that a month?
Yeah.
That's good.
But they've got rid of yearly subscriptions now for Xbox Live.
Just monthly now you pay.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good idea.
I think it's phenomenal because every month Xbox keeps slamming it with new releases like, oh, I actually wanted to play that. And now I don't have to fork out so much money for it.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like you say, that you could spend easily 30, 40 quid on a game you're not sure about. At least with that, you try it. If you don't like it, you ain't lost anything, have you?
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
delete it, get on with the next one.
What about EA Access, which is the console version of Origin?
I never really got into it, personally.
No?
No.
It's 20 quid a month, I think. Not a month, for a year, isn't it? 20
I don't
quid or
know
something.
what the
No, I
How much is the Origin?
90 for the year.
90.
Yeah.
So it's a lot cheaper on console.
So, I want to add anything else before we wrap up here?
No, I think that's it.
Are we going to hang this up and do a bit of split screen Halo?
It's another time, maybe, Greg.
Oh.
Right, so just want to say a big thank you for coming, guys. It's good to see you all and to hear about your gaming memories and whatnot and your top fives. Some good picks there, I have to admit.
Cheers, dude.
Oh, thanks for having us on.
Been awesome.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for the Jimmy and Bimmy joke there, Steve. A lot of people are going to laugh their asses at that. Yeah. So anyway, guys, if you'd like to follow us on Facebook at the M.T.V.B podcast or on Instagram at M.T.V.B podcast, subscribe to be notified for future episodes are available. And this is the M.T.V.B podcast, and this is the Ant-Man signing off.